Welcome back to the InherAlchemist TV. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look into Martell, Holt, and Stormy Steele. I saw my timeline, it was saying something about him filming at one of her events, or something like that. And I guess he's not supposed to be filming. I'm not sure what the details are. But I said, it's been a few days. It's been about a week or so since I checked in on him. Let me see what is exactly going on with this. I also just got done reading for Scottie Pippen's wife, Larsa Pippen, and Marcus Jordan, their breakup. So I'll be posting that sometime a little bit after this video. So you guys be on the lookout for that one as well. But for now, go ahead and like this video. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and that you have your notification bells on. So I'll just ask the tarot card straight up, like, why are Martel and Stormy filming together or hanging together or kicking it together or whatever it is that they have going on together? Now, my first instinct was like, okay, if he's not supposed to be filming, is this his way of like staying relevant or like trying to be funny? And honestly, I think the cards kind of like allude to that, but not quite. So he's coming in as the Two of Pentacles with the Two of Swords, and then I clarified that with some other cards. But let's start with these two first. I feel like these twos represent connection. You know what I mean? I feel like they represent his connection. And then I have that this King of Cups, which is in the subconscious. So I feel like Martel is looking out for some connections. He's looking out for influential people. I also show that he brought Stormy some type of gift, but really it's like he's searching for help, or he's looking for somebody that can maybe speak for him or vouch for him or give him a way in. It's almost giving me the vibe like somebody who gets fired from their job, but then they get rehired through the temp agency. That's what I kind of get when I look at these two cards and think about what he's doing, right? But I feel like he's thinking like there's people who owe him with this King of Cups in his subconscious. I feel like he feels like he's shown love to people, or he's helped people in some past situation, and he's almost coming to collect those favors. Now, this Two of Swords, it's a card of friendship in a way, but I feel like this friendship is more so, like I said, somebody owes you something or you calling in some type of favor. And I feel like he feels that Stormy has become maybe influential, or and like I said in some of her past readings, it's looking like she's being kind of elevated to a more of a star on the show. And so I feel like this is something that he's trying to align with now, or create or keep some type of harmony with, just in case he does not end up with a paid role or invitation to continue to participate in the show. Now, confirming this though, I had the Three of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Moon card. To me, this is a secret alliance. So I feel like Stormy and Martel, or these two camps, are working as a team in some type of way. There is some type of plan that they have in regards to the show that hasn't been unveiled yet or hasn't come to fruition yet. Right now, it's kind of like they're trying to, figure out like which way they're going to move with this Two of Pentacles, or which way is the best way to kind of leverage the situation. Now, with this Page of Wands here above the whole reading, I feel like the reason why he was filming, if he was because he wanted it to make the news. I feel like he wanted the message to get across, like, you can't get rid of me or something like that. Clarified by this Magician, I feel like he still feels like he's in control. The Devil card is here. I feel like he's like a flea. You can't get rid of me. He's like dead skin. I keep growing back. He's not going down without a fight. With this Devil card, I feel like he's holding on to the situation for dear life. But with this Magician card, I still feel like he feels like it's his right to be in control and to still have some say-so in the way that things go. But I feel like right now, the way he's utilizing that energy is to like I said, kind of like call in favors from the cast members, or even coerce or bribe them in some type of way. With this devil card and this magician, for some reason I'm feeling like a heavy sense of bribery, or not even bribery. What's the other word? What's the word that they use? Extortion. I feel like there's a sense of extortion, but it's coming through as more like a bullying type of way. You know what I mean? I feel like Martell, what he does have working for him is he has a great deal of self-confidence. And I feel like that confidence with this magician and the devil card comes from knowing that he's willing to take this shit a place that nobody will take it to. And so I feel like he goes and he deals with people, and he tries to do that shit amicably with this King of Cups by like being a businessman, or like I said, extending his love first. But then if you don't respond to that, or if you don't pay up, so to speak, or you don't accept his invitation to a secret alliance, then I feel like he's not opposed to using like fear and intimidation to make you do so. With this moon card, the magician and the devil, I see these cards like going in a diagonal progression. I feel like the magician is in the middle of the moon, and the devil, I feel like because he is commanding dark forces to get people to feel obligated to him in some type of way, or feel like they owe him in some type of way, to work with him, or to extend him that bone, or to give him that, you know what I mean? They can't lock him out. Honestly, with this Temperance card, I feel like Stormy is like trying to play a neutral. I feel like she didn't necessarily want Martell there, but I don't feel like she is denying this alliance, because they have a secret alliance. I just don't feel like it's something that she can get out of. With this Hangman and this devil card in this spread, you know what this Hangman is giving me? That a nigga got you by the neck. I feel like that. I feel like there's something he's done for her. There's some way that he helped her that she feels indebted to him about, or that she can't completely turn her back to him on. Or with this moon card, there's some type of secret between them, and with him being so unhinged, or him being so unpredictable these days, because Martell, I'm not going to say he's on a war mission, but with this Nine of Swords, he in this devil card, he is on, and this magician, he's definitely on demon time. He's on demon time from the perspective of, like I said, get down or lay down, or, you know, get rolled on. Like, he doesn't have anything to lose. And so it's almost like to keep the peace, to keep the quiet, that you're gonna work with him, especially if you've shared some type of secrets with him. And this moon card to me is alluding to the fact that they had some secrets. Maybe she linked up with him too early. That was an error, that was a mistake, or something like that. And now she sees, like, oh God, like, why did I get caught up with this fool, with this devil card? Like, and she feel like, oh my God, like, why am I in with this? But she has like a sense of like this nigga's dangerous right now. You know what I mean? I'm not saying she's scared of him per se, because she does have her own king here. But I also feel like he advised her to be fair with him, or he advised her to not cut him off, and to kind of like mind her business, especially as it pertains to the shit that he's going through in his marriage. I feel like that was the advice of her husband. You know what I mean? I feel like her husband is saying, like, you know what? All these connections are going to bring us power. I feel like they're trying to position themselves as the middle, so they're accepting low-hanging fruit right now as a leverage for their own power. You know what I mean? So like I said, I feel like Stormy is more so of a peacemaker right now. I don't feel like she's necessarily trying to be up under Martell's energy. I don't feel like she's necessarily trying to have him all around her, because the energy is thick. Magician, Nine of Swords, Devil card, the energy is thick. But I feel like she's on some trying to keep the peace type shit. And I think that there's no denying that he has shown love to them in the past. But at the same time, she feels like she needs to tread light with him. even as I'm looking at this Three of Wands, the Three of Wands is typically like waiting on your ships to come in. You know what? And I'm even now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like does she feel like she needs to wait until something is solidified on her own before she can cut him off? But her husband, he's not a cutoff type of person. He's like a businessman who, or not even a businessman, but he's a type of thinker who compartmentalizes people. He doesn't think of relationships as something you need to cut off. He thinks of keep this alliance for this reason, keep this alliance for that reason. Don't close no doors because you don't know what's going on. Mind your business and leverage all this shit. And that's like their way of gaining power in the situation, is to like keep themselves kind of like in the middle. I feel like it's like an octopus. You know how like the octopus has the head in the middle and then all the tentacles go off in different directions? I feel like that's Stormy's and her relationships. I feel like that's how they're trying to position themselves in this season or moving forward, as people that are cool with everybody. They don't want to burn any bridges. You know what I mean? Like I said, Martell's reason for being there was he was taking her some type of gift, but he also wanted the news to get out. He wanted it to be seen, but I feel like this is more like a devil intention because it's given like hoovering. You know how they say like narcissists, they go no contact and then they hoover? I feel like him being there is just hoovering this situation. With his status on the show is still in limbo. It's in the hangman position. It's not known whether or not he's going to be on the show or not. Now, with this Two of Pentacles, they could be dealing with contracts. They could be dealing with some legalities. I don't show a heavy tone of legality in this spread, other than this King of Swords, which could represent some type of justice. But I feel like that's more so Stormy's husband. But I feel like they're trying to figure out the logistics of having him on the show, if so. But until then, he's not taking it. It's not a no and it's not a yes. So he's not taking it as something that he needs to go away from or something that he's not a part of. He's like, ain't nobody told me no. So he feels well within his rights. I don't even know if Stormy knew he was going to be at the party. I feel like in some type of way, I'm not going to say it caught her by surprise. If she did know or not, I feel like I don't know if she knew or not for some reason. But again, with this Moon card, this Three of Pentacles and this Three of Wands, I do feel like there is some type of secret team or alliance. But again, with this advice of her husband, I feel like that team or that alliance that's created is more so like to keep the bridge open. You know what I mean? But it is the Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles are both about collaborating. But with this Moon card, this is a dangerous collaboration because maybe Martel is unpredictable, which we all know. And then with him coming in as this Devil card, he's on demon time, period. The Five of Wands is here and the Five of Swords is here. Martel is still like playing some type of mind game, and I feel like he's just drawing other people into it. When I'm looking at this Five of Wands, the Five of Wands can be like about competition, but it's involving like multiple people. And I feel like he's like drawing other people into the battle that he has going on. You know what I mean? I feel like he's like not necessarily trying to turn people against somebody, but it's almost like he's trying to stack the deck, or he's trying to keep all the alliances or make all the alliances. But I feel like he's almost using like fear and intimidation coupled, but that's like the secondary tactic. The first tactic is to remind people of the love that they have and like making them feel like, oh, you're not gonna be fake with me. Hey, it's me, Tell, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, like to play that amicable role. And he's kind of like checking the temperature to see who's gonna like be like tense with him or fake with him or like turn on him. And then if they turn on him, he's prepared to turn on them. But for now, he's trying to like, you know how like if you go through a divorce and I've heard people who get divorced and they're like, who's going to take the friends? I feel like he's trying to gather up all the friends first. But his ultimate plan and attempt is to turn them. I feel like his attempt is to stack the deck against you know, the opposition. I mean, we all know who that is. I don't have to go that far, right? He's fake. I got the ten of wands out here too. He's fake. He's being fake. He's wearing a disguise. He's playing a mind game. You know what? He's playing a mind game with Stormy and her husband or whoever this is. But again, I feel like that mind game is more of a test. I feel like he's testing to see what side people are going to be on or who's going to keep it real or not, and he's prepared to like roll on these people. And if he's not really going to do it, he's trying to like put that shit in the air. He's trying to give off like that impression. Even the Sun card is in reverse here, right? Now the Sun card is a good card. Don't get me wrong, it's a card of happiness, it's a card of good times. It doesn't even change definitions when it's in reverse. But for me, this Sun card is like illumination. You know what I mean? So I feel like the sun brightens up the moon in the sense that it highlights the truth of what the moon is trying to hide. Now, with it being in reverse, I feel like he's holding on to the fact that he could illuminate this shit, blow this shit up, put all this shit on the table whenever he wants to. You know what I mean? I feel like he's like hoovering. He's hoovering, but he's like threatening these people at the same time, but it's like unspoken. He's not saying it. He's like implying it. He's being real ominous. You know what I mean? He's being real ominous, real cryptic. And like I said, his first tactic is to remind you of the love, to show the love. I'm bringing you a gift. I'm bringing you a what do they call it? An offering, an olive branch. They don't even have a beef to say olive branch, but he's saying like, I'm gonna start with the love, and then I'm gonna go from the King of Cups to the goddamn devil if you try to play me. If you try to shade me, if you try to slight me. And her husband, he's the King of Swords in this spread, so he's real astute. He's like observing this shit, and in his judgment, he's like, you know what? Like, I see what this nigga is doing. He like, at the same time, you know, he like, we got to turn this shit on this nigga, you know, and just leverage this shit for power. We can't afford to burn that bridge either. But at the same time, I feel like he sees exactly what Martell is doing. Like, he sees his desperation. He's just not a person to like kick people out. He's a person to use people like the way they come. You know what I mean? So he's like, okay, this is what this nigga is on. He like, well, what our plan is this, and the third. And so we gonna let this rock because it could help our plan, which is to be in the center and be cool with everybody so that we can be the center of the show. Stormy and her camp's goal is to be the stars of the show. And they feel like they should not pick a side. Pretty much. They're not picking a side. With this two of swords coming into the reading, I feel like this is also a symbol of not picking a side. Because I'm looking at this two of swords, and in this particular deck, the two of swords is two people fighting and one person in the middle with a blindfold on. And I feel like that's like indicative of them not picking a side, but with the two of pentacles trying to balance the two sides. I feel like they're going to position themselves as the couple or people that's cool with everybody. But at the same time, they do have a secret team. They do. And I think the secret team is with Martell's side, but it's only because he has some type of secrets on them. Or maybe like he could like reveal the true motivations, maybe something even in the past. You know what I mean? But with the Sun card, if he brings light to it, it could damage their position in the whole friendships or in the whole scheme of things. So they're keeping it level with him. You know what I mean? But in his mind, he feels like he has all the control because he's forcing them to keep it level with him, based on what he could or could not do. But in their mind, they're in control because they see you coming from a mile away, and they're going to play into your hand on purpose. You know what I mean? Martell wants something simple though. He wants some shine, and he wants it to get out and he wants his name in the news. That's all he wants, is his name in the news. He wants to stay relevant until he figures out his next plan with the magician. And even with this two of wands, I feel like with this Magician and his Two of Wands, this is him trying to figure out his next plan. With the Page of Wands, you're trying to stay relevant until you figure out what your next plan is. Period. Period. But he's taking advantage of people. He's taking advantage of the situation for sure. Five of Cups energy. This nigga's still crying. Like, what are you? He's still sad. I ain't laughing because I ain't laughing at nobody. Okay, King and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so is he still trying to, still trying to do this relationship? He's still trying to act like he got a relationship or something like that, or I feel like he still wants that power couple vibe, but maybe it's a party of one right now. You know what I mean? Because with this Magician, you kind of like a party of one, and with this Emperor card. Now, okay, so Emperor and a Four of Cups. So he feels like the executives at the show are not interested in him. And he's angry about that with this Knight of Wands. I feel like he's going to do something childish. I don't know if he's storming into the office. I'm looking at the Knight of Wands, the Emperor, and the Four of Cups. With the Emperor and the Four of Cups, I feel like he feels like they're not interested in him or his storyline anymore. I feel like he's like I said, I feel like he's losing, I don't know, I feel like he's losing control. But he hasn't really lost control because he has a fair amount of leverage. And he's willing to get down with the get down. Like the nigga is willing to get down. With this Knight of Wands, he's upset about something. Clarified by the Queen of Cups. There's some woman that he's mad at. Who is he arguing with? Some woman? There's a woman that he's upset with. Who is this woman? Clarify for me. Who is this woman? Queen of Cups. That's gonna be a nurturing woman, though. That's gonna be a woman who was on his side or showed him, some type of, love. She could be like somebody at the network herself. He's upset with her, or he wants to at least have a conversation with her. With this Knight of Wands, I hope he wasn't sleeping with somebody. Okay, so the Ten of Swords. So he's mad at one of the ladies for betraying him. Who is he mad at? Who betrayed him? The Tower. Oh, so he feels like somebody got him fired. He feels like somebody got him fired intentionally. The Eight of Cups. He feels like it was between him and somebody else. He feels like the other person could have walked away or been removed, but it was him. And there was a woman, or there is a woman at the network who made the call. And he's upset and wants to argue with this person because he became cool with this person. I feel like he spent a lot of times talking to this person, or he told this person like the whole story, like they've been following a journey. He's been cool with this person at the network for a few years now. And they've been following a journey. They know his side of the story and everything. And he thought that they were supposed to give him some type of sympathy with this Queen of Cups. And he feels like he shouldn't have been the one to have to walk away. And he didn't know that. And I feel like he didn't know if he did lose the job. And I'm not sure, because like I said, I feel like it's still in limbo. I feel like it was something that caught him off guard, or something that he didn't expect. But he feels like with this Ten of Swords, he feels like these people at the network betrayed him. Like they pleaded, like they acted like they had sympathy towards him with this Eight of Cups and this Queen of Cups. But really they were like making decisions to like X him out, and he feels betrayed by that. He feels betrayed by the people who listen to him, but I feel like people were listening to him because he was hot-headed. He was going off and he was acting crazy. Tower and the Knight of Wands, I feel like people were trying to like console him or like pacify him to keep him level. But he took that as a betrayal, or like them playing in his face, because they made it feel like they were on his side when they weren't. And I feel like even him, even being filmed, may have been like a big F you to them as well. He may have been being filmed in an extra capacity. I don't feel like the focus was on him necessarily. But again, even with this justice in reverse, I don't feel like the final decision has been made. I feel like they're going through like legalities of the situation. I don't know if he can legally be on that show anymore with the justice in reverse. He may not legally, they may legally, like he may be a liability. When I look at the justice in reverse and the Knight of Wands, I feel like you're a liability. And the Emperor for these executives, and they be maybe making a decision that you're a liability, but because of the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Cups, there's a woman at the network that he was real cool with that kind of knew his story, like even since when he was married, like they've had like some type of rapport. And he feels like he's caught off guard or surprised by a departure, and he's taking it as them backstabbing. And I feel like I said, I feel like his position on the show is in limbo, and I feel like he's staying around to hoover them, hoover the network, hoover everybody. He's hoovering. You know what I mean? To end the reading, we have the Judgment in reverse and the Justice in reverse. Whatever legally is on the table, it's not going in your favor. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's just not. You know what I mean? He feels disrespected. He does. He feels disrespected by these people with this Justice in reverse. Maybe because they didn't make the decision in his favor after they deliberated or something like that. You know what I mean? Martel feels very disrespected. You know, so he's on demon time. The overall outcome of this reading is the Devil card. And I mean, like we know Devil card is Capricorn energy, but the Devil card also represents rage, violence, force. You know what I mean? Like, he's forcing some shit. I mean, like, how you gonna make these people, you know what I mean? Like, are they gonna have to get a restraining order on you from the set? They haven't done it yet, so he just go be there till he can't be there no more. But, like, he's forcing it at this point. But it's out of his sheer anger at he feels played by everybody. Everybody. Anyways, that's what I got from Martel. Like I said, be on the lookout for my reading about Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan, is that his name? Child, listen, this is why he was at the party. Alright, y'all smash that like button. I'm like, what, 15, 20 subscribers away from 1,400. I mean, let's seal the deal. Let's throw that up. Let's throw up that benchmarker. I'll go by 5, 10s, 15s, and 20s. So I'm looking forward to 1,500. If we could get there, that would be great. But let's get those 20 subscribers and push us over that threshold. Like the video, subscribe, turn on your notifications for bomb-ass content coming your way. And listen, take my word for it. My readings are never wrong, okay? You just might be listening wrong. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.